Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how I did my second Viking hair tutorial. I used Shine and Jam this time to separate the top from the bottom, mainly just at the root, not all the way through the braid. Then I added some pink and blonde hair to make a little pop of color, and I did a Dutch braid going backwards. I also separated half of that hair up at the top. You see how it's clipped? And that's going to be for some face framing twists that I'm gonna do, and I just think it adds a little specialness to the style and it's not all severe and going backwards. Most of the style on the side is going to be kind of tight, so I did want to leave some hair out in the front, especially because it adds lots of length when I do the twist. So here is the twist, and I'm just taking it and clipping it to her head so I'm not pulling, and I'm going to twist each of these two sections counterclockwise, and then I'm going to wrap them around each other. I did add some Shine and Jam so that it didn't come undone and it like made all the flyaways kind of lay down. As I'm twisting, I keep turning them counterclockwise so that the twist stays in place. And then I tied it off with a rubber band. This is my Sam Villa crimper, which I've shown you in my last hair tutorial, that I crimped all of her hair. If you can see those little tiny like crimps, that's because of that crimping tool, which I love. Then I add a bunch of powder and dust like this Schwarzkopf Osis dust, and then the dry shampoo powder that I added before is also amazing in the red bottle, also by Schwarzkopf. And then I'm gonna just take her hair. I don't really need to tease it much because I already crimped it and it adds tons of volume. And the powder just kind of helps the hair have more texture and stay all day. So I kind of just tease it 2 or 3 times, and I'm adding rubber bands going all the way back to do our bubble braid or pull through braid, whatever you want to call it. It's very trendy and it's neat because this braid stays in all day, yet it can look as loose as you want it to look. So I like doing this braid, especially when I'm adding in hair, because it makes it look extra full. And now the fun begins. I'm going to add in some hair, and I'm just taking that Topsy tail and I'm pulling half of the hair through the first rubber band section. And then I'm gonna take the hair and that wrapped around and tie it off to the second section. Then this hair I'm taking through the second section and pulling half of it through as well, which makes the hair huge. So this is only adding in 2 huge sections of hair. And then I'm just gonna finish the bubble braid going backwards. It would be great if your client can help you hold it. I kind of just would clip it off so she didn't have to hold it, but some of the times I did need lots of help because it was a lot of hair. And then I pin it wherever I kind of want to see the hair pop out and I don't want to see the rubber band or anything like that. And I'm going again and I'm taking hair from the front and wrapping it around to the next rubber band, trying to keep that hair out of the way. And it's creating this awesome almost fishtail look because we have her natural blonde and then we've got the red that I've mixed with blonde in it as well to create this amazing inverted fishtail braid. I only added those 2 sections to the first 2 ponytails, so you really don't have to worry so much about adding hair to every section, just really the first 2, because it is a lot of hair. If you want to add hair to every single section, you can. You're just going to have a massive amount of hair. So that's up to you. So here's another angle so you can kind of see the top and what it looks like and how I have to pin it out of the way. And here's the back. It just shows you how I'm rubber banding each section. And you can leave it like this to make it look like a half updo, half down, and then pull the sides back. I just put some more Shine and Jam on there, combed it out, and you can make it tighter. I didn't really make it super tight, but you can always make it tighter if you want to. So I just rubber banded it in the back and pulled that twist down and the rest of the hair over it so you can't really see it. Then I took a few pictures, which you'll see later, of this kind of half up, half down with the hair just down and not braided. But this part of the video is going to show you how I took out a little section each and I'm going to turn all of these into twists. And from here, I'm going to continue this braid by attaching rubber bands around each section, and as I go I'm taking out a little section on the right and the left that I will later make into twists, and then I split the section in half and rubber band it underneath just to continue that braid all the way down. And you can see at the nape of her head there's another ponytail there. That's just to keep the braid close to her head. You don't necessarily have to have that. You can just do the ponytails as you go, but that's up to you. I liked it because then it kind of keeps it close. And then when I pull the hair out, it doesn't make it super loose at the nape of her neck. So here's the twist, just like I did in the front pieces. I'm gonna do a bunch of little twists on each side of the braid, and I kind of tried to zoom in so you could see what I was doing. I used some texture spray just to give the hair some tackiness so that when I'm twisting I don't have a ton of flyaways. I didn't really want to use the Shine and Jam on these sections because it would actually make it look a lot tighter than what I wanted. I wanted the twist to appear a little bit looser and blonder. Sometimes when you use too much hair product, it can actually make the hair look a lot darker. Twisting counterclockwise and then wrapping it around, rubber banding it off and hiding that rubber band with some of the hair. And I did the same thing on the right side with pulling the hair tight into a rubber band. So these are the different pictures that I had. Option 1 was half up, half down without finishing the braid, and I didn't do any twists on the right and left. We just have the braid and the one twist on the right and the left in the front. And then this is option 2, where I left all those little twists out and we have the pull through braid going all the way down, which I really like the way this looks. I think that's gorgeous. What do you think? And then we have option 3, where I've pulled everything into the braid and wrapped it around the very bottom. We just have those 2 front twists kind of hanging out. And I think this looks really neat too. I kind of can't decide between 2 or 3 as which one's my favorite. So I'll let you decide in the comments. If you have any questions on any step of the way of what I've done, please let me know. Don't forget to subscribe and like.